Let's get right into it. Number 10. You're breathing wrong. Take a deep breath right now. Did your shoulders rise up? Did your chest puff out like a proud pigeon? If yes, congratulations. You're breathing like someone who's about to have a panic attack. Most of us are chest breathers. We're taking these shallow, quick breaths that barely fill the top part of our lungs. It's like trying to fill a bathtub with an eyedropper. Your body's getting just enough oxygen to keep you alive, but not enough to keep you thriving. Your belly should expand when you breathe in. Your lungs are organized with the widest part at the bottom, but you're only using the narrow neck at the top. When you breathe with your belly, you're using your diaphragm, the large muscle right under your lungs. It's like having a built-in bellows that most of us completely ignore. Lie down and put a book on your belly. Now breathe so the book rises when you inhale and falls when you exhale. That's how babies breathe naturally before we teach them to breathe wrong. Shallow chest breathing triggers your body's stress response. It tells your brain something's wrong, that you're in danger, so your body dumps stress hormones into your system. All day long. It's like having a fire alarm constantly going off in your body, but the volume's so low you've gotten used to it. Put one hand on your chest and one on your belly. Take a normal breath. Which hand moved more? If it's the chest hand, you're basically giving yourself a low-grade panic attack all day long. Here's the fix. Breathe in through your nose for 4 seconds, making your belly expand. Hold it for 4 seconds, then breathe out slowly through your mouth for 8 seconds. Do this a few times and you might feel a bit dizzy. That's because you're finally getting proper oxygen to your brain. Welcome to breathing correctly for the first time since you were a toddler. Number 9. Making your bed the wrong way. So you've been making your bed first thing every morning like a good, responsible adult. Your mom would be proud, but the dust mites are even prouder. When you sleep, you sweat. The average person releases about half a pint of moisture every night. Now, when you wake up and immediately make your bed, you're trapping all that warm moisture under your covers. You're basically creating a 5-star resort for dust mites. These microscopic creatures love warm, moist environments, and you're giving them exactly what they want. They're probably throwing little dust mite parties in there while you're at work. These aren't just harmless roommates. Dust mites are one of the biggest causes of indoor allergies and asthma. Instead, pull those covers back when you wake up. Let your bed breathe for at least an hour. The exposure to fresh air and sunlight helps dehydrate and kill the dust mites. It's like opening the windows in a stuffy room. Your bed needs to air out. Scientists actually studied this. They found that an unmade bed had significantly fewer dust mites than a made one. So being messy in this case is actually being cleaner. All these years your mom was accidentally teaching you to cultivate a microscopic petting zoo in your sheets, and those dust mites have been living their best life at your expense. The average bed has anywhere from 100,000 to 10 million dust mites in it. That's more residents than most cities. So tomorrow morning, resist the urge to make your bed right away. Let those sheets breathe. Your allergies will thank you, even if your mom won't. Number 8. You're storing bread wrong. So you've been putting your bread in the fridge to keep it fresh longer. Congratulations. You've just invented a machine that makes bread go stale 3 times faster. The fridge is basically a disappointment accelerator for your loaf. When bread gets cold, the starch molecules start to crystallize. The technical term for this is retrogradation. It's like your bread is having a midlife crisis and deciding to become a rock, and it happens way faster in the fridge than at room temperature. Where you should store bread depends on how long you plan to keep it. If you're going to eat it within 2 to 3 days, just keep it on the counter in a bread box or a paper bag. The paper bag lets it breathe while keeping just enough moisture in. Plastic bags are like tiny bread saunas. They trap too much moisture and create the perfect environment for mold. If you're not planning to eat the bread within a few days, slice it up, put it in a freezer bag, and stick it in the freezer. The freezer actually stops the staling process in its tracks. It's like putting your bread in suspended animation. When you want a slice, just pop it in the toaster. It'll taste almost as fresh as the day you bought it. Number 7. You're tying your shoes wrong. Your shoelaces always come undone at the worst possible moments, like when you're running to catch a bus or trying to look cool on a first date. That's because you're probably using what's called a granny knot. When you tie your shoes this way, you're creating a knot that's structurally about as stable as a drunk penguin on roller skates. The granny knot twists sideways as you walk. Every step you take is basically playing tug of war with your laces until they eventually give up and come undone. But there's a better way. It's called the reef knot, and the crazy part is it's literally one tiny change in how you tie your shoes. Tie the first part like normal. For the second loop, if you normally go over and under with the lace, go under and over instead, or vice versa. If you normally go under and over, do the opposite. Just reverse the direction of that final tuck. This simple change makes your knot lie perfectly horizontal across the shoe, instead of tilting to the side like a sinking ship. Scientists at UC Berkeley found that reef knots can stay tied up to 7 times longer than granny knots. You've probably spent hours of your life retying your shoes. That's hours you could have spent learning to juggle or teaching your cat to high five. Look at your tied shoes right now. If the loops are standing up straight like rabbit ears, you're doing it wrong. If they're lying flat across your shoe like they're taking a nap, you've mastered the art of shoe tying. Number 6. Cutting onions without crying. You grab an onion and start chopping away like you're in a slasher movie. Next thing you know, you're crying harder than when you watched the first 10 minutes of Up. You're basically turning your kitchen into a tiny chemical warfare zone. When you hack at an onion, you're breaking open tons of cell walls. These cells release a sulfur compound that floats up and turns into sulfuric acid when it hits the moisture in your eyes. You're literally creating acid in your eyeballs. Here's how to stop it. First, chill your onion in the fridge for 30 minutes before cutting. Cold temperatures slow down those chemical reactions, like putting your ex's revenge plans on ice. Second, keep the root end intact. That's where most of those crying agents are concentrated. It's the onion's evil headquarters. Cut the onion in half from top to bottom, but not through the root. Place the flat side down. Make horizontal cuts parallel to your cutting board, stopping before you reach the root. Now make vertical cuts, again not going through the root. Finally, slice across these cuts to create your dice. The root end holds everything together, minimizing the release of those tear-jerking compounds. If you're still tearing up, wear contacts or stick your tongue out while cutting. The sulfur compounds are attracted to moisture, so your tongue can act as a tear gas magnet. You'll look ridiculous, but at least you're not sobbing over your vegetables. Number 5. Putting out a grease fire. You're making French fries, scrolling through your phone, when suddenly your pot looks like Satan's hot tub. Your first instinct is to grab water. Do not throw water on that fire unless you want to audition for the role of a Human Torch. When water hits burning grease, it sinks to the bottom because it's denser than oil. It then instantly turns to steam and explodes upward, spraying burning oil everywhere, like a volcano made of pain. Your small pan fire becomes a room-sized fireball, and your eyebrows become a distant memory. Here's what to do. First, turn off the heat. That's like taking away the fire's energy drink. Then, grab a metal lid and slide it over the pan from the side. Don't drop it straight down, or the hot oil will splash on your hands. If you don't have a lid, use a baking sheet. If you don't have that, dump a ton of baking soda on it. The chemical reaction smothers the fire. Do not use flour. It's combustible. Do not try to move the burning pan. That's like trying to juggle angry cats. It will end badly. If nothing works, get out and call 911. Your pride will heal a lot faster than third-degree burns. Number 4. Taking pills. So you're trying to swallow a pill and suddenly it feels like you've got a golf ball stuck in your throat. You've probably been taking pills wrong your entire life. Most people tilt their head back when taking pills, thinking it'll help them slide down easier. Tilting your head back actually narrows the opening of your throat, creating a little shelf where the pill can get stuck. There's a better way. Take a sip of water and hold it in your mouth, then put the pill in. Now, tilt your chin down towards your chest. It feels weird, like you're trying to give yourself a double chin, but this actually opens and straightens out your throat, turning it into a straight water slide instead of a tricky obstacle course. Then, swallow both the water and the pill. The pill will surf down that wave of water like a pro. If you're still struggling, especially with tablets, try the pop bottle method. Place the tablet on your tongue, close your lips tightly around the mouth of a water bottle, and use a sucking motion to drink the water. The pill should go down without you even feeling it, and never try to dry swallow pills. That's a great way to get them stuck and potentially damage your esophagus. Number 3. Your car's AC. You get into your car on a hot summer day, and it feels like Satan's personal sauna. Most people blast the AC on full power and wait for what feels like an eternity for any relief. You're making your car work harder than a hamster in a wheel factory. When you first get in, your car is an oven full of hot air. That air needs somewhere to go. First, roll down all your windows and drive for about 30 seconds. This forces the superheated air out of your car, like you're evicting unwanted tenants. Then, roll the windows up and turn on the AC. Now, look for that little button with a circular arrow on it. That's your recirculation button, and it's basically your AC's best friend. When you press it, your car stops pulling in hot air from outside. Instead, it recirculates the already cooling air inside your car. It's like telling your AC, hey, just focus on making this air colder instead of constantly fighting the sun. Your car will cool down significantly faster. Your AC won't have to work as hard, and you'll even save gas because your engine isn't working overtime. Just don't leave recirculation on forever. After about 10 to 15 minutes, turn it off to let fresh air in. The recycled air can get stale and high in CO2, which can make you drowsy. But for that initial cool down, it's the most effective trick in the book. Number 2. Using Google. You think you know how to use Google. You type in some words, scroll through pages of junk, and eventually give up. You've been using the world's most powerful search engine like a caveman with a smartphone. Use quotation marks. When you search for double quote best chocolate chip cookie recipe, double quote, Google looks for that exact phrase. Without quotes, you get millions of pages that have the words best, chocolate, chip, and recipe scattered anywhere. Use the minus sign. It excludes words. Searching for Jaguar minus car will give you results about the animal, not the luxury vehicle. It's like having a bouncer for your search results. Search within a specific website. Use site : followed by the domain. Site : reddit.com. How to fix a leaky faucet will show you solutions only from Reddit. No more scrolling through random blogs trying to sell you something. Find a specific file type. Need a PDF resume template? Search resume template file type : PDF. This is incredibly powerful for finding manuals, official documents, and reports. Use an asterisk as a wildcard. Let's say you remember part of a song lyric. You can search for I can't get no asterisk with no sleep. Google will fill in the blank for you. You can combine these. Site : nytimes.com. Elon Musk minus Tesla 2020 to 2022 will find articles on the New York Times website that mention the exact phrase Elon Musk, exclude the word Tesla, and are from between the years 2020 and 2022. Stop searching, start finding. Number 1. How to apologize. Most people apologize completely wrong. Saying I'm sorry you feel that way isn't an apology. It's a disguised insult. It subtly says, your feelings are the problem, not my actions. It's basically telling someone they're being too sensitive while pretending to be mature. A proper apology isn't about winning an argument or even about who was right. It's about acknowledging the impact of your actions on another person and taking responsibility for your part in it. The formula for an apology that actually works has 4 parts. First, specifically say what you're sorry for, not I'm sorry for whatever I did, but I'm sorry I was late and didn't call. Second, acknowledge how it affected them. This is the empathy part. I know this made you feel like I don't respect your time, and that must have been really frustrating. Third, explain what you'll do to prevent it from happening again. This shows you're serious. From now on, I'm setting a reminder 15 minutes before I have to leave. And finally, ask how you can make it right. Is there anything I can do to make this up to you? So a real apology sounds like this. I'm sorry I was late and didn't call. I know this made you feel disrespected and frustrated. In the future, I'll set an alarm to make sure I leave on time. Is there anything I can do now to make it better? And never, ever add a but to your apology. I'm sorry, but you instantly negates everything you just said and shifts the blame. A bad apology can make things worse. A good one can save a friendship, a job, or a relationship. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.